Okay, hi and Assalamualaikum dan selamat hari Selasa. Hari ini adalah 28 Jun 2022 masih. And welcome to our weekly live chat Sembang Kurus Santai yang merupakan my weekly live Q&A talk yang kita jayakan di Facebook and YouTube pada masa yang sama. So everyone, Assalamualaikum and a very good evening, and so happy to be here as always. I always find these sessions very useful, not just for me and not just for you, but also untuk orang ramai juga. I tend to use a lot of the questions untuk snippet video lately on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok juga. Finally have been figuring it out how to use TikTok, and yeah, it took me a while to get the hang of TikTok in general. And I am a kind of guy yang don't really enjoy too many social media platforms. I find it very overwhelming and draining. So with these videos, these are short ones, I can sort of post them everywhere, and it makes things quite easy for me. All right, so now before we continue our session pada malam ini, let me know dalam ruangan komen if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know dalam ruangan komen if you can hear me dengan jelas. So we always start with a quick, audio check supaya I tak membebel seorang diri selama sejam tanpa kedengaran. And so thank you so much, Haima Noor, for confirming the audio for tonight. Test 1, 2, 3. Sounds better if I get closer, but I cannot talk like this because it's gonna look weird. So I should be all good pada malam ini. Thank you so much. Asnida as well on YouTube for confirming it for me. So sekiranya anda punya sebarang pertanyaan, as always, and usually pada setiap live seperti ini, it takes seminit dua untuk anda memberanikan diri untuk bertanya soalan. But once the Q&A start coming, then it can be quite a lot. So the earlier you ask questions, the higher the kebarangkalian yang soalan anda akan dijawab, and try and keep your answers. Try and keep your questions as padat as possible and as specific as possible supaya kita boleh memberikan jawapan yang quite specific and khusus buat anda pada malam ini. Waalaikumsalam semua. Waalaikumsalam Azima. Waalaikumsalam Anida. Apa khabar semua? Sehat tak? Masih kurus ke belum? A lot of the peserta yang are joining our live sessions on Tuesdays on Facebook as well, they are from our cabaran 30 hari bukan soal kurus yang sedang berlangsung. And it's a really, really amazing community di mana anda and mereka bersama dengan saya untuk pembelajaran, senaman, perkongsian. Ada community yang tertutup. We do a lot of sharing about mental health, senaman. We have small Zoom sessions about pelbagai topik. We have a new thing this season called BSK Speaks, where we just talk dalam bahasa Inggeris because permintaan para peserta, and it's quite endearing because kita dapat berkongsi perkara-perkara perhaps di luar arena kurangkan berat badan. And I find that very, very interesting because it's not really about kurus semata-mata. There are so many things yang sangkut paut dengan pilihan makanan, pilihan senaman, pengurusan masa, persekitaran, how you feel, and hence we call the program bukan soal kurus. All right, so let's get started pada malam ini. And if you're just joining us again, welcome to our Q&A santai kurus session bersama dengan saya pada malam ini. Every Tuesday, on Facebook and YouTube. So we will meluangkan lebih kurang sejam bersama to talk about anything and everything. And you all sebagai peserta sesi live saya, questions that you ask will dictate our Q&A perbincangan bersama. And there's nothing really yang tak boleh ditanya. Tanya soalan that you rasa perlu, whether it's pemakanan, senaman, kurangkan berat badan, tambah berat badan, kemusykilan yang ada, isu semasa. We talk about anything and everything. There's no right way or wrong way. It is always suka hati kita. All right, so now let's go with the Q&A. Very quick, let me get my tea sekejap. Excuse me. And let's go for soalan yang pertama. Soalan daripada Wan Nurlina, Wan Semail. Apakan makanan orangnya nak kurus? Now, Wan Nurlina, you can makan apa sahaja untuk ingin kurangkan berat badan, whether it is makanan Malaysia ke, tak Malaysia ke, Jepun ke, makanan Kelantan ke, Johor, Sabah, Sarawak, Penang, it does not matter. Every negara ada orang yang bermasalah berat badan, every negara ada orang yang tidak bermasalah berat badan. It is not soal makanan tempatan or makanan bukan tempatan. At the end of the day, you can makan segala-galanya, termasuk makanan-makanan yang menggembirakan, whether it's keropok leko ke, pisang goreng ke, nasi lemak, teh tarik. Yang paling penting is Nurlina mahir mengawal jumlah pengambilan untuk keperluan diri. That is keutamaan dalam pilihan makanan untuk mereka yang ingin kurangkan berat badan. Tak perlu makanan yang luar biasa macam quinoa or salmon or benda yang stereotypically sihat. It can be nasi putih dengan sayur sawi, ikan kembung. It's totally fine as well, as long as kuantiti pengambilan itu bagus. All right, so next here from Anida Nawawi, on the way to Kurus Coach. Don't worry, we have a saying in our program is there is no penghujung to your kurus. Or in English we say kurus has no destination. Tidak ada penghujungnya dalam usaha untuk kurangkan berat badan. So don't worry about sampai ke tak sampai. It is about perjuangan yang berterusan. Because even if you sampai sekalipun, when you kurus today, esoknya you tak happy juga, and then you akan mencari benda yang baru. So it is a never-ending journey untuk cuba membaiki kesihatan, kawalan berat badan, kecergasan, kekuatan, kelenturan. So enjoy the perjuangan, and don't worry about you are on the way ke, ketinggalan sekejap ke, laju sekejap ke. It is a never-ending journey towards kesihatan diri sendiri. But all the best to you as well. We had one peserta from our Jum Kurus program. She saw me yesterday dekat Subang Airport, and my wife just came back from Langkawi, and we picked her up and we had coffee dekat Starbucks. And I guess she must have walked by, but she didn't say hi. She just messaged dekat Instagram because berat badan beliau mungkin bertambah selepas jumpa beliau kali yang terakhir. It happens a lot to peserta in our program where mereka berjaya kurangkan jumlah yang besar, and then life happens, COVID happens, lockdown happens, things don't always go sehala. Kadang-kadang you roastan sekejap. So beliau tertambah berat badan. Didn't say hi to me because I will not, it's not soal malu ke tak apa. I faham because of course dia rasa macam, tak best lah jumpa dengan Coach Kevin. Dulu berat macam ni, sekarang dah naik. So I get it. But jangan rasa tertekan. It is always perjuangan diri versus diri. It is not between you and me. It's not between you dengan orang lain. So as much as you rasa macam you ingin kekalkan berat badan ke apa, there will be times yang dia akan tertenggelam sikit. There will be times where dia akan tertenggelam agak lama, agak dalam pun ada. as long as you do not give up on diri sendiri, you cannot fail. And it's always perjuangan you versus you. And if you do see me, walaupun berat you bertambah, please say hi. Manalah tahu perjumpaan kita memberikan ilham semangat kepada anda untuk memulakan langkah yang baru. Don't hide. Don't hide your ketidakkesempurnaan, because we all have imperfections, but embrace it and cuba untuk menananginya bersama kalau you cannot do it alone. Alright, so let's see what else we have here. Asnida Ismail. Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam. Macam mana nak menghadapi cabaran sebagai ibu yang memasak makanan yang sedap-sedap untuk family? Very, very good question, Asnida. And usaha kurus is usaha bersama, especially if you hidup berkeluarga or duduk ramai-ramai. It cannot just be you nak kurus and yang lain semua makan makanan yang agak, tidak seiring dengan harapan anda. So what I always galakkan orang ramai untuk melakukan, and then Asnida sebagai ibunya, is you have to angkat tangan, buat perbincangan bersama dengan keluarga, dengan your husband and your kids, and you tell them, hey family, mama nak kurus atau mama nak membaiki kesihatan diri. Jom kita makan lebih sihat, and that's where you can membuka bicara with your kids, with your husband, to not just say something, but membantu mereka memahami apakah pemakanan yang sihat, apakah makanan yang perhaps kurang sihat, macam mana anak-anak dengan suami boleh membantu Asnida untuk melakukannya bersama. Because if you do it alone and mereka tidak memahami keperluan Asnida, then susah. Because mereka nak membantu, tak tahu nak bantu macam mana, and Asnida pun tidak menceritakannya perhaps kepada ahli keluarga. So even with my daughter, I always tell her that I cannot afford to eat all of these things all the time. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Why? Because of kesihatan, mungkin banyak gula ke, lemak ke, so that dia pun memahami, and so that dia pun boleh take care of ibu bapa pada masa yang sama. So my advice to Asnida is, number one, really, really great job kerana ingin berubah or membaiki keadaan demi diri sendiri dan keluarga, but you need to bring the family in sekali. Ya, lakukan perubahan yang kecil, jangan buat perubahan yang drastik, nanti stres semua orang. Buatlah perubahan yang sustainable dan berkekalan, supaya dia bukan perubahan yang cheap small. Kejap ada, kejap tak ada. Kejap buat, kejap tak buat. Because if you have the cheap small style kepada perubahan pemakanan si keluarga, dan dia macam, alah ni sekejap je. Mama hari ni makan sihat, esok ke laut. So it needs to be benda yang is sustainable and consistent, supaya you drag them with you along the journey. And change takes time, Asnida. So jangan memaksa semua orang ikut serta-merta, but it's important to communicate the change and then reinforce the communication dengan your kelakuan, dengan your action, dengan masakan yang lebih sihat. Again, tak perlu masak sempurna, sihat dengan brokoli steam, brown rice, ikan salmon or ayam dada rebus. Semua orang akan benci proses tersebut. Make small changes yang menggembirakan, not just menggembirakan Asnida, but menggembirakan your husband and your kids, so that the journey of gaya hidup sihat becomes a journey yang menggembirakan. And the problem usually is, ramai orang mendefinisikan this healthy lifestyle with no sugar, no salt, no nothing, no taste, no faktor gembira, stress, that you will not last very long. But that's where the ilmu tu penting, untuk memahami pilihannya baik, kurang baik. Ada diet yang agak sederhana dengan makanan yang menggembirakan, kurang menggembirakan, supaya mudah untuk mengikutinya. It must be sustainable. So my advice to you again one more time is, communicate with everyone to mengumumkan azam keluarga sihat 2022. Make it perjuangan bersama. Look at what changes can be done bersama. Don't be a dictator where you decide everything. My advice is open up, untuk bicara bersama. Let your husband become part of the journey. Let your kids pun memberikan pandangan. Ask them, what is good, what is not good, what can we change, supaya it becomes a journey that melibatkan everyone, and then the ukhuwah keluarga menjadi lebih baik. And trial and error. It's not going to be perfect daripada hari pertama or minggu pertama or even bulan pertama, but it must be perjuangan keluarga sepanjang keluarga punya durasi, supaya at the end of the day, that's what the kids know. And it's really important juga untuk Asnida and your husband as the ketua keluarga to memimpin your kids, your cahaya mata, ke arah yang lebih sihat, lebih cergas, kurang bermasalah berat badan. Because di Malaysia, like it or not, obesiti kanak-kanak sangat membimbangkan. And penyelesaiannya bermula dengan bermula dengan kita sebagai tuan keluarga to, angkat tangan to mengambil ownership of the tanggungjawab to guide our kids ke arah yang lebih sihat, not just untuk sebulan or hari sukan negara sahaja. It has to be kebiasaan sepanjang tahun, supaya that is what they know. Itulah yang mereka membesar dengan, supaya once mereka masuk alam dewasa, mudah untuk ia dipraktikkan. It's always a problem if it's only, okay, bulan ni bulan sukan or ada campaign ni. It's always short term. Short term does not bring sustainable change. It needs to be the same approach gaya hidup daripada January sampai Disember, supaya ia menjadi naluri kehidupan sepanjang masa. Beres. All the best to you, Asnida, and keep me posted. And join us if you want to join us in our cabaran 30 hari or di bukansoalkurus.com. Very educational. A lot of mommies, a lot of daddies to cuba untuk membaiki keadaan keluarga mereka. All right. Haima asking, Coach, I dah try diet suku-suku separuh, so malam I tak makan. But tengah-tengah malam selalu perut jadi gassy, jadi susah pula untuk saya tidur. How to handle that situation? So now, suku-suku separuh is great, but if you are the kind yang quite gassy ke, ada gastritis ke, where perut berangin, and you kalau tak makan malam, you bermasalah, dengan gastritis ke apa, then my advice is makanlah supper. I have supper every single day. Pukul 9.30, pukul 10, 10.30, pukul 11. There's nothing wrong dengan supper, but you have to merancangnya as part of your pemakanan seharian. And that's how I would handle the situation. Don't follow any diet dengan membuta. Suku-suku separuh is great, but suku-suku separuh does not work for every scenario. When you berdepan dengan cereal, cereal, how to eat cereal suku-suku separuh? How do you eat keropok dengan suku-suku separuh? So, look at suku-suku separuh for your breakfast, lunch and dinner. But antara hidangan, including supper malam, where you have mungkin cereal ke roti ke apa, use common sense. Look at your fiber and your protein. Cereal, oats ke, buah potong ke apa, and makanlah, Haima, supaya you tak berdepan dengan masalah, which is not really masalah, makan malam yang untuk mengelak gastritis. Alright, question here from Wan Nurlina. Apakahnya elok untuk orang ada kolesterol tinggi? Now, if you have cholesterol yang high, of course, sekiranya bermasalah berat badan, sila kurangkan berat badan, because obesity can lead to pelbagai masalah, including penghasilan kolesterol yang berlebihan dalaman. And then number 2, of course, kurangkan kolesterol pada sumber-sumber yang berkolesterol. Always remember, hanya sumber haiwan sahaja yang berkolesterol. Durian tidak berkolesterol. Santan tidak berkolesterol. French fries McD pun tidak berkolesterol. Bukan sumber haiwan, hanya sumber haiwan yang berkolesterol. So, ya, mengenalilah makanan yang berkolesterol untuk mengurangkannya. Kurangkan stres. Stres pun is penyumbang kepada kebarangkalian terhasilnya kolesterol yang lebih tinggi. More fiber in your diet to kurangkan the bad cholesterol, tingkatkan the good cholesterol. Bersenam juga, and sekiranya was-was, rujuk kepada doktor untuk panduan yang lebih lanjut, because there could be other complications yang a part of the masalah kolesterol. Okay, soalan ni daripada orang kuat. Orang kuat, bukan soal kurus kita. Puan Syazmin, atau I call her sekolah menengah kebangsaan. Your Syazmin is asking, what is the best way to curb your craving during PMS? And what is the best workout during that time of the month? Now, I'm not an expert on PMS, but I've been doing this for a really long time. Not the PMS, but research, and my wife as well. A lot of peserta in our program obviously are ladies as well. Now, when you have PMS, you have to memahami bahawa you kehilangan fluids, you kehilangan darah, and you kehilangan nutrients in the blood. So, when your body is losing nutrients yang dihargai, your body takut you ada malnutrition or tak cukup zat. So your body will tingkatkan nafsu makan pada waktu PMS untuk mengganti apa yang hilang. So during that time, you have to sedar bahawa yes, cravings will be bergelora. So janganlah layan your cravings dengan benda yang menggembirakan, tak mengenyangkan. Always melayan the cravings with benda yang mengenyangkan, like fiber and protein, and breathe. Yeah, breathe so that you don't go crazy. And then number 2, when it comes to the working out, it depends on your flow. If your PMS flow is quite heavy and you don't feel selesa to work out on that particular day, then don't. But if the flow is more terkawal and you feel selesa untuk bersenam, then go ahead. Again, know which senaman make you feel better than others, depending on the posisi, squat ke tak squat ke, berlari ke, lunges ke apa. So again, avoid senaman that perhaps make you feel uncomfortable. And always remember, during your PMS akan ada peningkatan berat badan sikit because your body would simpan air. It's the same thing dengan soal your body kehilangan nutrient during the PMS. It akan make you makan dengan berlebihan. Your body kehilangan fluids juga, bendale. So your body will try to simpan bendale yang berlebihan. So you feel a bit bloated, lain macam. That's because again of the water retention during the PMS. So don't be stressed if the berat badan tu tak turun or agak kekal sikit, itu agak normal and will subside once you move past your PMS. Beres? Beres. All right, next question here daripada Irwan. Adakah sauna membantu kuruskan berat badan? Yes, ia membantu. And you have to really understand this word membantu. Membantu means it can expedite, mempercepatkan, or help you untuk mengurangkan berat badan. There's nothing magical about a sauna. Sauna banyak manfaat. Of course, you kehilangan water during the sweating, the condensation atas permukaan muka kulit. You tingkatkan metabolisme sikit because your body is heating up to cool itself down. So, ia membantu, but ia bukan penentu. So, sauna membantu kurangkan berat badan. Yes, just like any senaman will do, just like gotong royong will do, just like basuh kereta will do, just like menjemur diri dekat matahari pun will do, but it is not penentu berjaya gagal anda dalam usaha untuk kuruskan berat badan. Do I go to the sauna? Yeah, since COVID, not so much. But pre-COVID, I go to the sauna in the apartment usually once or twice a week. It's kind of nice to just chill there and sweat it out and hashtag kurus kau ke apa. But it does burn calories and nothing wrong dengan Malayan sauna. If you want to detox, sweat it out, and yeah, go for it. Okay, soalan here daripada Nurul Shaza Nana. Assalamualaikum, salam tanya. Kalau diet kita kurang ambil protein, akan ganggu penurunan badan kan? Jadi berapa actually percentage target protein intake untuk keperluan kita paling okay untuk turunkan berat badan? So that very, very good question. Nana, number one is untuk kurangkan berat badan, yang paling penting is jumlah pengambilan kalori. Once the jumlah pengambilan kalori itu bagus, then you can look at the macro. So now, the protein penting. Why? Because dia sangat mengenyangkan and ramai orang biasanya kurang pengambilan protein secara umumnya. Now, how many peratus should you mengambil protein daripada keperluan kalori seharian is very subjective depending on who you ask. But let me give you just a general idea. Number one intake is usually always carbohydrates. About, I don't know, 4, 55% is usually carbohydrates. Then the protein punya peratusan is usually dalam 25, 35, 30, 40. Let's say it's 30. Let's say we take 30% of your calorie intake should be protein. And katakanlah Nana punya keperluan kalori is katakanlah 2,000 kalori, just for easy math. So katakanlah keperluan 2,000 kalori, 30% is 600 kalori. 1 gram is 4 calories. So 600 divided by 4 is 150 grams of protein. And then once you dah tahu, okay, saya kena sasarkan lebih kurang 150 grams, actually quite a lot. Then you ambil breakfast snack, lunch snack, dinner snack, 6 hidangan, 6 hidangan. So 150 divided by 6 will get you lebih kurang 25 gram protein sekali makan. So then you can look at your chicken ke apa ke. Kalau seketul ayam dada, it's lebih kurang 20 gram protein. Kalau yang ambil supplement sekalipun, usually dia punya serving size is about 20 gram protein. There are other ways to do it. Some people will say for every kilo berat badan that you weigh, makanlah 1.5 ke 2 gram of protein. Or for every pound that you weigh, takelah 1 gram of protein juga. So there's a lot of different theories depending on how active you are, whether you do weight training ke tak. But my general advice is around 30% calorie intake from protein should be okay, or just target about 20 gram protein sekali makan pun should be more than enough. Yeah, hope this helps you in your journey. All right, question here daripada Mislam. Hi coach, hi. After workout a while, what's the best way to help sore muscles? Now, otot yang sengal after you work out is a good thing. It usually indicates that the panjangkan, pendekkan, pendek otot daripada senaman semalam tu berjaya untuk koyakkan otot sikit, dia punya fiber tu ada koyakkan yang mikroskopik, and that is what you feel esoknya as sore sengal or DOMS, which stands for delay onset muscle soreness. So now what you need to do is just rest it. Lebih kurang 1-2 hari. Yeah, makan as you normally would. Rehydration. Yeah, you can rest it, stretch it, ice it, elevate it, do whatever you need to do. But lepas 1-2 hari, the soreness will fade away. And you need to give it time. Paling penting untuk membaiki diri. And usually the soreness is usually sangat ketara only pada permulaan program senaman yang baru. It will not be as bad as you prolong in the program, but it is a good indicator that the senaman semalam tu is berkualiti. All right. Again, selamat datang to our Q&A Santai Kurus Talk every Tuesday. And if you have not done so yet, please help me to share the live session dengan kawan-kawan seperjuangan. And if you have sebarang pertanyaan, like everybody here, gunakanlah ruangan komen kita untuk bertanya sebarang pertanyaan. All right, next question here. Muhammad Reza, kalau makan ikut kalori, lapar pula. Tak semestinya. If you makan ikut kalori or you makan tak ikut kalori pun, still boleh lapar. What determines lapar is more soal pilihan makanan. Kalau you melayan your kalori dengan makanan yang menggembirakan, tak mengenyangkan, simple sugar dan sebagainya, dan memang tak kenyang-kenyang kau. But if you mahir memilih makanan yang mengenyangkan, fiber, protein, complex carbohydrates, mengenyangkan. Always mahir membezakan makanan yang mengenyangkan dengan yang menggembirakan. Paling mudah, as an example, you pergi wayang, beli popcorn, wayang belum start, popcorn dah habis. Gembira, yes. Kenyang, no. It's because, again, you are fueling the body with simple sugar yang menggembirakan, penting, but tidak mengenyangkan. So, always mahir memilih makanan yang mempunyai nutrient density or caloric density or fiber, protein, low GI supaya dia mengenyangkan. Beres? Beres. Alright. Soalan daripada Iman Ninas. Minum air sekejap. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. Saya nak tanya, kenapa susah sangat nak start exercise? Lagi-lagi nak disiplin untuk lakukannya setiap hari, asyik tertangguh sahaja. Why? Dengan menangis 6 kali. Now, Ima, you are not alone. Ramai orang in our program memang they cannot do it alone because agak malas nak bermula, agak malas untuk bersenam because persekitaran tidak membina and merangsangkan hati jiwa. I am the same as well. I cannot work out at home if I do it myself. If I didn't do the live home workouts during pandemic, people are watching me, jangan harap I nak bersenam juga. So, dengan adanya kawan-kawan, adanya ukhuwah, the group factor tu sangat powerful untuk menarik Ima untuk sertai bersama. So, you have two options here. Number one, you can join online program where there's live Zooms ke apa like our cabaran 30 hari juga, which works great for some but doesn't always work for everyone because you're still virtually, in your own space walaupun nampak kawan-kawan ke apa. So that is one. Number two is you have to mengeluarkan diri daripada rumah, mengeluarkan diri daripada pejabat ke apa, and join a gym, join a group workout yang face to face, bersemuka, di tempat yang does not remind you of anything else but nak bersenam. I have to go out to bersenam. I cannot bersenam at home because there's so many things that remind me of TV lah, Netflix lah, dapur lah, budak-budak lah. So I have to get out of the house, allocate time, go to the gym ke, bersukan ke, bersenam ke. I have to go to a physical place that is conducive untuk merangsangkan atau memberangsangkan diri saya untuk ingin bersenam. So for me, persekitaran sangat penting. So Ima, you have to tepuk dada, look at your current persekitaran. Is it membina to membantu Ima untuk memulakan langkah yang pertama? If not, find an environment where you can sort of just join and the program again ke persekitaran ke the group ke just pulls you along untuk waktu yang tertentu, and then harapannya once the program tu dah selesai ke ataupun selepas sebulan dua, then the momentum will help you to move forward, and also perhaps kawan-kawan yang seperjuangan semasalah seharapan will drag you bersama. But doing it alone is very difficult unless you are individually very strong and very self-driven. But if you are in an environment where you need the push factor, then my advice is join a group workout, whether virtual or physical, to just help you get started and melaburkan sikit duit, because once you invest a little bit of money, then it gives you a little bit of push to make sure that you make your investment berbaloi. All right. Question here daripada Maliza Azrain Sham. Adakah faktor umur memainkan peranan dalam penurunan berat badan, especially when you reach 40s? Yes, faktor usia memainkan peranan. As we get older, metabolism kita tends to decline. Why? Hormonal changes make your body go a little haywire, and one of the byproducts of hormonal changes is that kita kehilangan otot as we get older. And otot ni is macam horsepower kereta. The more otot you have, the more minyak or calories your body kereta will burn throughout the day dengan sedianya untuk maintain otot yang ada. But as you age, you kehilangan otot tersebut. So hence the weight loss usaha akan terbantut sedikit. It's not penghalang, but it's going to make the journey a little longer. So you have to fight back proses penuaan. Jangan serah diri dengan memberikan badan sebab untuk kekalkan metabolisme yang lebih besar, which in this case terlibat dengan muscle loss. So senaman rintangan penting, senaman bebanan penting, not to menggagahkan, menyadarkan diri, but to help the body maintain apa yang ada or to minimize muscle loss as we age. Happens to me juga. I'm in my 40s as well, but you have to sahut cabaran and lagi-lagilah make it a pemangkin semangat untuk kekal aktif, kekal cergas, kekal sihat demi kualiti kehidupan di usia yang bakal meningkat. Yeah, time does not slow down for anyone. Yeah, wishing you all the best, Maliza. 4 series. All right, soal ni from Razman Zainal. Salam coach, waalaikumsalam. Makin kita buat weight training and cardio, kita makin lapar. Adakah ia normal or problem? That is totally normal because the car, our engine, your body is doing a lot of work. And the more and more work you do, the more energy you tend to burn. So the more you need to replenish tenaga untuk mengganti kehilangan energy semasa your senaman and cardio. Even athletes, they eat thousands of calories because they have to refuel and re-energize the body hasil daripada aktiviti yang begitu banyak. So don't worry, totally normal. Even if you lapar selepas bersenam, totally normal juga. The body wants to mengganti tenaga yang dah terbakar. But if you bakar 500 kalori and you want to lose weight, contohnya, janganlah makan 500 kalori juga, but maybe makan dalam 300-400 ke. So at least you allow the body to recover and recuperate properly. Normal. Okay. Next question here daripada Zaki Zak Asfanuddin. Saya ada kawan ketinggiannya sama dengan saya, tapi bezanya waist size saya 33, kawan saya 36. Bila timbang berat saya 85, kawan saya is 80. Kenapa ini terjadi stres? Now, jangan stres, Zaki. Berat badan bergantung kepada 4 perkara. Secara umumnya lah, 4 things determine your weight. It's your lemak, your air, your otot, and your jizim rangka tulang. These 4 things make up your berat badan. Now, the waist could be soal lemak percentage that you dengan kawan you ke apa, but the rest also comes down from air, water retention. Some simpan berat air dekat lower body, upper body. Some body type simpan more lemak, upper body, lower body. So my advice is Comparison is the thief of joy. Cuba jangan bandingkan segala-galanya dengan kawan anda. Tepuk dada diri sendiri. Ya, look at your body composition secara umumnya. You don't need a body scale machine to menilainya. You can just cermin diri, ya, bangun pagi, melompat, buka tuala. Ya, kalau isi tu agak menggelebih, there is a lot of air. So you can look at your komposisi badan untuk menentukan what is what. Otot juga, kalau you have banyak otot, berat tu akan naik. But otot merupakan packaging air dalam packaging yang lebih menarik. So again, even otot diperbuat daripada air, but the packaging is lebih mampat, which makes it look a bit more cantik berbanding dengan air yang berterabur dalam badan anda as well. So again, long story short, don't worry so much about berat badan kawan dengan anda. There are a lot of different things that could menentukan why your friend is 36 waistnya, but 80 kilo, whereas yours is a bit smaller, but perhaps you carry a bit more muscles. Orang ke tulang lebih besar sikit, hence you weigh a bit more. Bersyukur dengan apa yang ada. Okay, Khairun Hanisa. Saya pernah baca, buat senaman sehingga bacaan BPM mencapai 160, fungsinya badan akan bekerja membakar lemak-lemak walaupun kita sedang berehat. Betul atau tidak fakta di atas, coach? Now, don't follow anything anyone says, especially melibatkan your kadar degupan jantung. Because if you follow nasihat dengan membuta and you push your heart rate ke zone yang agak berbahaya, you boleh berdepan dengan risiko cardiac arrest, serangan jantung, because your heart is umpama enjin kereta engkau masuk zone yang merah. So now, let me tell you this. How to menilai kualiti kadar degupan jantung? Take 220 minus your age. That is maksima kadar degupan jantung badan anda. If I'm 40 years old, in theory, my maximum heart rate is 180. When I exercise, my maximum sasaran semasa berjogging ke apa is lebih kurang 80% daripada maksima tersebut. So again, 180 times 80% is 144. So if I am exercising and I have my heart rate monitor, I will look at my heart rate monitor untuk menilai kualiti senaman. If I see my heart rate is 120, I can push a little bit. If I see 140, I can push a little bit. If it's 150, I can still sort of maintain it there, but that would be already macam a bit of a warning sign to slow it down or just kekalkannya. But I would not push it to 160, 170. Di my age, di my usia, if you are younger, 20, that means 220 minus 20 is 200, 80% is 160. You could seusia memainkan peranan yang besar. Why? Again, because of wear and tear, faktor penuaan dan sebagainya. It's a general guideline, but don't follow anything I say. Don't follow anything anyone says. And if you're asking, badan akan bekerja membakar lemak-lemak walaupun kita sedang berehat, that is not true. Now, badan membakar lemak ke tidak depends on a lot of factors in terms of what you makan sebelum, what you makan selepas, jumlah pengambilan kalori. Your body will always burn calories. But just because it burns calories does not mean it burns lemak. Lemak mengandungi kalori, yes. Carbohydrates pun kalori, yes. Protein pun calories, yes. But pembakaran kalori and pembakaran lemak is not the same thing pada setiap masa. Thank you, Nur Liza, for the star. All right. Rosni Muhammad. Salam Coach. Waalaikumsalam. Kenapa terjadinya plateau dan apa harus kita buat bila ia terjadi? Nah, plateau is keadaan di mana perubahan berat badan dah tidak berlangsung, mungkin setelah berjaya mengurangkan berat badan. Plateau is istilah yang cepat diluahkan oleh peserta program kita. Bila week 1 kurang berat, week 2 kurang berat, week 3 kurang berat, week 4 kurang berat, week 5 tak kurang berat, aku plateau. Bukan. Plateau does not mean week to week in berat tak berubah tiba-tiba plateau. For me, plateau is bila you dah buat benda yang sama, katakanlah senaman sama, pemakanan dah bagus, but dah 2-3 bulan berat tak berubah, then okay, maybe you can look at the plateau, but jangan look at minggu ke minggu as tak turun, aku plateau. But even if your berat tak berubah, but your body composition berubah, pun bukan plateau. Because if you amalkan pemakanan yang bagus, kurang lemak, buat senaman yang berkualiti, otot bertambah, kadang-kadang pemakanan yang bagus, kurang lemak 2 kilo, senaman yang bagus, tambah berat 2 kilo, berat tak berubah, but you look a lot better, ada inch loss. Why? Because otot tu again is packaging yang lebih mampat, lebih cantik, lebih padat, so nampak lebih padu, but berat tak berubah. Would I call it a plateau? No. But the weight does not change, fine, suka hati kau, but it is not a plateau per se. Now, if you betul-betul plateau, after 3 bulan, nothing is changing, then my advice is, look at stress kehidupan, kurangkan stress secara umumnya, make sure you get enough rest, look at overtraining. Sometimes you overtrain, bengkak sini, bengkak sana, stress sini, stress sana. It's physical stress on the body. Take a step back, rest and recuperate. Look at the quality pemakanan, not just the quantity, calorie semata-mata. Trial and error. Yeah, shock the system a little bit. Try a puasa ke diet yang lain just to shock your insulin, hormone sikit, water retention. Trial and error. A plateau is usually because you keep on doing the same thing again and again and again and again and again and again. Your body has no pemangkin untuk berubah. Senaman juga in our program. Minggu pertama, body squat, esoknya memang dah berdoa je lah. Kau sakit, ya Allah. But then minggu yang keempat, body squat, sejam pun boleh, tak ada apa-apa. That means that your body needs a new catalyst. It needs progression. It needs maybe, squat dengan pemberat. It needs maybe alternate, pulse squats. Mix it up supaya your body has a reason to change, supaya then you can break through the plateau. Yeah? It is a trial and error journey, and we posted something on our Instagram not too long ago juga, which I can share di sini. Can I share it di sini? Yeah, it's I'm going to share this real quick, just in case you want to know. Yeah, you can share, window, share. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to remove you real quick. So we have like this berat stack, 10 tip atasi plateau berat badan. You can check it out on my Instagram or even dekat kevinzahri.com pun ada. I will just copy and paste the URL di sini. Yeah, check it out. All right. Okay, time check. 8:49. 10 more minutes to go. I will try and answer as many as I can. But if I tak terjawab your soalan, don't worry. We'll be back every Tuesday pukul 8 malam. And last reminder, if you have not shared this live session yet, tolong kongsikannya dengan kawan-kawan seperjuangan. Would mean a lot to me in supporting our little channel. Okay, let me see what else we have here. I stopped at this. Okay. Yeah, Asnida, all the best to you. The whole family watching you. Ya, cayukkan diri bersama dengan Mama, dengan Puan Asnida. And join us in our program if you like as well. It is all about enjoying the journey bersama. And if you enjoy it, I'm sure it will be something yang mudah untuk dikekalkan. But make it a group effort where everybody ada suara, including kanak-kanak yang perlu diberi suara juga untuk mendengar pandangan dan kehendak mereka. Alright, soalan daripada Safia Yusuf. Currently, I am normal BMI, so I nak increase lean muscles. What are good macros for a lean bulk? Perlu surplus makan kah? Now, if you want to increase your lean muscles, it does melibatkan kadang-kadang penambahan berat badan sikit. Would I recommend a calorie surplus to you? Yes, but not a big one. Very, very small one, maybe 100, 200 calories sahaja, or maybe just ngam-ngam. And if you are looking at macro ratios for bulking, I would look at maybe 40, 40, 20 carbo, protein, and fats, or maybe even, 50, 35, 15. I would always keep the fat perhaps the smallest among the three, but I would beef up the proteins a little bit, and also the carbohydrates, while keeping the fat as moderately as possible. That would be my advice. But yeah, gaining weight is a lot harder than losing weight, because you cannot menambah berat badan tanpa sebab. And this is advice pada mereka yang kurus kering. If you kurus kering, makan semata-mata will not help you menambah berat badan. Weight gainer yang billboard highway pun will not help you to menambah berat badan. Your body needs two things to menambah berat badan. It needs a reason and it needs building blocks. Now, the building blocks come from makanan yang berlebihan. But if there is no reason untuk menambah berat badan, your body will just melawas the thing back out. So the building blocks is the makanan. And then the reason comes from the senaman rintangan. So now, senaman rintangan can be body weight training, angkat besi ke, gym ke, dumbbell, kettlebell, barbell. Once you buat senaman yang berkualiti, your body ingin membesar, but tanpa makanan yang mencukupi, your body cannot membesar because there is no surplus to membinanya. So you have to gabungkan kedua-duanya. Do the senaman rintangan or senaman bebanan to memberikan sebab untuk membesar. Then you bekalkan the building blocks dengan carbohydrates, protein dan sebagainya, dengan surplus yang sedikit, supaya then there is extra makanan untuk membina dirinya, and then you boleh membesar, but it will take time. Okay. Next next soalan di sini. Assalamualaikum, waalaikumsalam. Coach, nak tanya, slip disc punya senaman ada tak? If you have slip disc currently, my first advice would be to go to the doctor, find out where you are currently in your stage of recovery. Are you allowed to bersenam, yes or no? If you are allowed to bersenam, ask your doctor what senaman can you do and can't you do, supaya you tak mengganggu the process recovery. The last thing you want to do is, fight through the pain, no gain, and make things worse. So depending on what kind of slip disc you have, the process of your recovery, focus on recovery dulu, then buatlah senaman yang you can do untuk mengembalikan the kekuatan pada struktur badan anda. But in the meantime, if your doctor says, yes, Ayim boleh bersenam, but jangan buat senaman yang impact tinggi. Okay, fine. Then you can do senaman dekat gym sekalipun, yang duduk sahaja on the bench ke apa, where you can do lower body workouts ke, arm sahaja. Mungkin swimming dibenarkan, mungkin senaman santai, brisk walking dibenarkan, mungkin berbicycle dibenarkan juga, but avoid senaman yang berimpact tinggi, yang puts more strain and stress on your spine. All right, next question that we have here, maybe like 2 or 3 more questions here. Norliza Tazli, I am not burning enough calories. What do I do wrong? Now, the number of calories you burn per hour while you bersenam depends on three things: berat badan, your intensity, and time. Now, berat badan will menentukan a lot because small car burns less, bigger car burns more. So if you are a smaller individual, you will always burn less calories dengan spesimen yang lebih besar walaupun usaha senaman tu sama. Nombor dua is your heart rate. Your heart rate is like RPM creator. If the RPM is high, you will burn a lot of fuel. If you drive your car in gear 2, 80 km per hour, RPM 2 will rev up super high. You waste a lot of minyak. In your case, good. For the car, fuel consumption, no good. So heart rate memainkan peranan yang besar. Keep your heart rate dalam zone yang berkualiti, which is around 60 to 80% maximum. If you don't know what this means, get a heart rate monitor to menilai kualiti senaman anda. And number 3 is the time duration of how long the drive or the senaman is. Those 3 things generally determine how many calories you burn. So yeah, tepuk dada and focus on diri sendiri. Don't compare it perhaps dengan orang lain so much. As long as you are confident in your heart rate training and all, everything should take care of itself. And if you do senaman that are not heart rate training based, like weight training and all, those are not meant to stimulate your heart rate pun, you will not burn many calories. If I go to the gym and I do weight training, I am not going to burn many calories because it's not the objective of the senaman. If I want to burn more calories cardiovascular wise, I would do running, jogging, tennis, sports, high intensity interval training where the heart rate goes up higher so that my car will burn more minyak. Beres. All right. Siti Comel, saya nak tanya, boleh ke waktu malam makan buah-buahan and susu kurus berat badan? So now, makan buah-buahan waktu malam boleh, but I would not I would not do it personally because a lot of fruits, sometimes the sugar is high in GI, the GI index, the GI Joe is agak tinggi. Which can menggelorakan your nafsu makan. Malam-malam, my advice is stick to complex carbohydrates, which can be some fruits juga yang have fiber, so that the glucose release is lebih stabil. Yeah, and susu kurus berat badan, there is no kurus, there is no susu kurus, there is no susu kurus berat badan. If you buy a susu supplement or like a protein supplement, it has really nothing to do with kurangkan berat badan. The objective of the protein supplements, or what you call is susu kurus berat badan, it just gives you protein untuk membantu perhaps seseorang tu mengambil protein yang berkualiti, but it does not kuruskan berat badan, melainkan it helps you to mengurangkan pengambilan kalori yang merepek. So always remember, the supplement berbentuk protein does not kuruskan berat badan sesiapa. It just helps you to membekalkan perhaps sumber makanan yang berkualiti if you mencarinya. So again, protein supplements, nothing wrong, but it does not kurangkan berat badan anda, melainkan you mengawal pengambilan kalori secara umumnya. Do I use protein supplements? Yeah, kadang-kala, but it's not soal nak kuruskan sesiapa. All right, question here from Jesse Melling. Hi, Coach. Hi. Is it true, like they say, the more you drink, the more you shrink? Not necessarily. Pengambilan air itu penting, but if you drink too much water just for the sake of flushing water, then you will membebankan your buah pinggang. So my advice is don't follow anything anyone says. Don't drink 4, 5, 6, 7 liter air. You will just stress out your kidneys. Will you lose some weight? Maybe, because your body will flush a lot of water. But my advice is don't overdo it for the sake of nak kurangkan berat badan sementara because the body, the water weight will come back. Alright, ya betul. Ya, persekitaran penting dalam kekal istiqamah bersenam. It's the same thing with anything. If your persekitaran tidak membina, it's hard to kekal dalam keadaan where you are always fighting benda. It's something dengan nak quit smoking. If you want to quit smoking but you are constantly surrounded by orang yang merokok, it's hard. And if you want to be positive, but you're always surrounded by orang-orang yang negative, it is suffocating. So it's important to tempatkan diri dalam keadaan yang membina, yang memudahkan pertukaran. Because for every one of us, for every one of you yang ingin menukarkan sesuatu, it's not easy. So if your surroundings lagi menyukarkan keadaan, lagi susah kau. So my advice is, in that scenario, tempatkan diri di tempat where the change comes easier supaya your kebarangkalian untuk korang berjaya tu lebih besar. So yeah, tepuk dada, look at your surroundings and cuba mendekati diri dengan orang-orang yang menyokong your perjuangan bersama. All right, let me see. Maybe one more question. Let me do one more question, then we wrap things up for today. Okay, let's go back to this one. Makan malam tak salah kan coach, tapi kan lepas makan tu nak tidur bukan kena tunggu 2-3 jam. Makan malam tak bersalah. There is no such thing as you must stop makan sebelum jam sekian-sekian. I have supper every single day. Malam-malam is not that you lapar. Malam-malam is that you are gatal nak mencari makanan-makanan yang menggembirakan. So my advice is makanlah. Jangan layan dengan benda-benda yang menggembirakan sahaja. Layan dengan benda-benda yang menggembirakan atau memuaskan nafsu gatal nak kunyah, which could be your oats ke, cereal ke, lobak merah ke. Layan the gatalness to chew waktu supper. What is the best time to have supper? There is no best time because life is crazy. I have supper kadang-kadang pukul 9, pukul 10, pukul 11. Sometimes terjaga 2-3 pagi, lapar. Nak tidur susah, yes, makanlah. It happens to every one of us. And is it susah nak tidur selepas makan? Yeah, so give it a bit of time. Doesn't have to be 2-3 jam. But yeah, give dalam 30 minit ke apa seboleh-bolehnya to allow penghadaman tu berlaku or berlangsung or berlalu. But at the end of the day, it's not soal kesempurnaan, and my advice is don't eat so heavy. Just have a small mangkok of oats ke cereal ke apa, which does not take too long to digest and tidaklah mengganggu your quality durasi tidur. Beres. All right, so with that, I think we can wrap things off for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. If you do want to join our upcoming program, yeah, you can melayari bukansoalkurus.com. We have many educational programs that you can join bersama dengan saya and rakan-rakan seperjuangan. You can visit Bukan Soal Kurus for more information. And if you have any more questions, please ask dalam ruangan komen or reach out to me via direct message on Instagram, Facebook, or on my website juga, or email me at kevinzahri.com pun boleh. I hope that you have fun. Thank you so much for joining me pada malam ini. See you guys again pada minggu depan. And with that, Assalamualaikum and have a great night. Thank you so much. Thank you. You are welcome. Thank you, Azima. Thank you, Kyron. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nana. Have a great night. Bye.